right, guys, I'm here at Summit Armory. This is a big surprise I've been talking about. I am coming in to pick up my silencer. I know there's a lot of talk about, is it a suppressor, is it a silencer? Well, on the original patent, when it was first invented, the word used was silencer. That's on the patent. So the reason I bought one wasn't because I particularly was getting ready to get one at that time. It was because I was told wait times were down really low and I wanted to test a theory. Is it true? Is it false? How long does it actually take? And what's the process like? I'm getting ready to show you guys the process I went through. I'm going to tell you exactly how long it took to get approval, and we'll see if the theory's right. Can you really get a suppressor quickly? So I'm going to go in here now, and I'll get back with you on the inside. All right, guys, here is my rugged Obsidian 45 silencer. I will tell you guys right now that it took 3 business days for the approval and my tax stamp to be returned. So very easy process, guys, with how they do it here. I'm going to show you it's done electronically, and here is some of the silencer selection here. I was actually looking at that one. It's called the Alaskan, and they were out of stock when I first came here. That one does anything from 338 Lapua to 556 to 7.62 by 39. This one that I got does everything from 4570 government all the way down to 22 any straight walled cartridges. No bottleneck cartridges except for 300 blackout, but this covers everything. I don't see the one I have now in the case, and here it is. I'm going to talk about some things, guys. This is on a Form 4. What this is on, my receipt, and here is the actual can. You can do it in a shorter configuration by pulling this off. Here, stainless steel baffles, lifetime guarantee. Serial number's really low, so anything that needs fixed, you don't have to go through another tax stamp. They have the serial number down here. So, rated for full auto belt fire. Belt fed machine gun. So there's that, and that's what the one looks like that I got. That's the rugged Obsidian 45. Okay, so basically, guys, the process was I came over here, I picked this out, I paid for it, I paid for the tax stamp up front. It just took seconds, and then I went over to this kiosk. Right here. And this was all done electronically. The fingerprints, the questions, the signing was all done here, and then went over to Silencer Shop. And that's it. And everything was electronic. And there was the suppressor I just got on screen. But I used this. It was easy. Everything I did just took minutes. You go to Silencer Shop, you create an account with a email and password, and you fill out a little bit of info like your name and stuff, and then you go into the ATF website, and it took me 5 minutes on the ATF website to fill out my name and password. They gave me an ID number that I gave to the gun store. That was it. 3 days. That's how long it took to get that back. So if you're in Ohio, I highly suggest that you come up here to Summit Armory, and you can see the prices here. I've been at a couple stores in Ohio that didn't use a kiosk and didn't go through Silencer Shop, and the suppressors were overpriced by about $260 over what they should be. So prices are good here, and they got a lot of guns in here. I had not ever been to this store before, even though I'm in Ohio. I'm not real close to here, but I'm not real far. About a 45-50 minute drive. Here's some of the stuff on. So there it is, guys. My plans for this, it's going to go on my CZ Scorpion Micro, and I have some other guns I'm going to play with it on as well, but it's going to stay on the CZ Scorpion Micro. 3-day wait. This one costs $7.19, and then your tax stamp. So it was under $1,000 out the door. All right, guys, I just want to go over a few things that I didn't mention in the store that I wanted to talk about. You know, it is when you're in an environment like that, there's sometimes be things you want to say, and you're thinking about everything else in there, and you don't talk about it. So what I wanted to say, first of all, is all of the steps were super easy. I'm doing this video of my own free will. I got no discounts. I got nothing free. I didn't get paid for anything. As I was going through the process, the guys were treating me so well up there and everything was going so smooth. Right in the middle of the process, I said, hey, I want to film this. The owner was in there, and I double checked again today, and they said, yeah, do it, film it. You know, whatever you want in here. So they walked me through everything, like literally, like said here, go into Silencer Shop, you know, set up an email, put your email in, set up a password. I did have to go onto the ATF site, and literally on the ATF site, I think it took me 3 to 4 minutes. I just had to put my name, address, and a couple things like that. Once I did this stuff, guys, everything went into the hands of the gun store. They took care of everything, them and Silencer Shop, all from their end on their computer. I didn't have to do anything else after that was done. I just had to wait, and I waited 3 business days. This thing is awesome, guys. I'll be getting some videos soon. Like I said, lifetime guarantee. They put the serial number down here on the thickest part. So anything ever happens to this can, you can use their pretty much, I think they call it the no hassle or the no questions asked lifetime guarantee. Can is aluminum. It's a higher grade aluminum down here. I can't remember the number. And then it's a 70-75 up here where you're further away from the muzzle. This is stainless steel down here near where the blast is going to be. The baffles inside are I believe it's 21A stainless steel. They are keyed, so they fit in there a certain way. Okay, guys, that's what the can looks like on a 9mm. This is a Lone Wolf long slide and a Lone Wolf barrel, 1/2 x 28 thread. There's a couple of things I wanted to go over with you as well, questions that people have. Now, this is on a Form 4. Trusts are not coming back as quickly if you want to do a trust, but the Form 4s are. So, what happens when you get this? Well, basically, and I'm going to tell you what happens when you die. Basically, when you get this, you are married to this thing. This thing is with you until death do you part. There's only one way you could get rid of this suppressor, and that would, well, there's 2 ways. You could either destroy it, or you could sell it to someone, but I don't see that as being the case very often, because in order to sell this to someone, they would have to go through all the paperwork, fingerprints, background check, probably wouldn't be able to use a kiosk at the gun store like I did, and then they would have to purchase a tax stamp, get the tax stamp with the serial number. You'd have to have it transferred from you to them and transferred out of your name into their name. It's just, it would be such a hassle to do. So barring that crazy situation, I've never heard of somebody buying a suppressor used off of a private owner. It could happen. But other than that, you're married to this thing for life. So what happens when you die? You got a tax stamp, and you have a silencer or suppressor, whatever you want to call it. Well, whoever is going to inherit your estate from your will, what they have to do is go through the ATF background check, fingerprinting, and the FBI background check and all that stuff, just like anyone else would, except they do not have to purchase a tax stamp. They can inherit your tax stamp and your silencer after they go through the full background check that I just did to get this. So they don't have to pay another $200 fee. But that's what has to be done in order to legally own it when somebody dies. Whoever it goes to in the will has to do that. Another thing, you cannot loan this out to someone unless you are on the same property. So anybody that I know, friends, family, whatever, can shoot this, but I have to be there on property with my tax stamp form, my paperwork, while this is being fired. I can't let somebody take it for the day and go to the range or go shooting somewhere. If they're caught with that, it's just as if they had it illegally, and they would be charged as such. So keep that in mind. You can't just let somebody take, I don't care if it's your dad, if it's your brother, if it's your whatever, your son, you cannot let them take this when you are not with them. They will be in big trouble if they would ever get stopped, or somehow they're shooting and somebody wants to know if it's legal and somebody comes up. They will be in big trouble if you're not on property with them. So that's about it, guys. I really am impressed with Summit Armory and how quickly the process went. And then I'm very impressed with the ATF, even though I don't think that item should be regulated. Believe it or not, silencers are not regulated in other countries like the UK, and I'm not for sure on Canada's law, but I know in like France and stuff, this stuff is just looked at something that you can buy off the counter. Even though guns are heavily restricted in those places, they don't look at that as being something that needs to be restricted. Okay, Hollywood movies are what ruined that right there from us just being able to go in and buy it off the shelf. Hollywood movies, fake, phony, putting in their own sound, making it sound like it's no sound at all, and showing assassins put on black gloves, screw this on, and then go kill somebody. Hollywood is what ruined it for us. I believe that, and I always will. All right, guys, if you got any questions, just go ahead and ask below. And if you live out of state and you want to get a silencer, go to a gun store that has the kiosk. You got to make sure they have that kiosk that's electronic through Silencer Shop. Otherwise, you could be doing fingerprint cards or whatever else, and they're going to mail stuff in. They even took my passport photo at the gun store. Everything. And this was not with any contingency of me doing a video. I decided later through the process to tell them I would do a video. So I was treated the same way all of you will be. All right, guys, until next time, this is DOF. Finally, one of these since I was a kid, and I'm out.